Hey up, it's Steve, the old Yorkshire geek, and it's time to review The Electric State, the new film that's on Netflix from the Russo brothers, Anthony and Joe Russo. Was it Russo? Whatever. Most famous for directing two Captain America films, two Avengers films. They also produced the Chris Hemsworth Extraction films. Sorry, about my third attempt to say Chris Hemsworth. It would not come out. You won't see the join. Those two films, which I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed The Electric State. It's getting a hammering critically from critics, obviously, because we're going to look at its Rotten Tomatoes. Let's call the whole thing off score now. There it is. 15% from critics, 73% from the audience, which is, I think, 73% of the audience have given it more than 3 stars or above out of 5. I think that's what it means. That's what it used to mean. So it's popular with audiences, not popular with critics, and some people whose YouTube channels I follow. I don't know why it's getting this hammering. It's not the most amazing. I think it's because of the budget. It's got a budget, apparently, so we're told, although Netflix haven't confirmed this. It's got a budget of $320 million, which is an astonishing amount of money. It's on the screen because there's some. It looks great, does this film? The great effects, the robots and stuff like that. But it's still a lot of money for a Netflix film. I know Netflix have got money coming out of their ears, even though they've only apparently just started going into profit. But they get billions and billions each year, don't they, from their subscriptions? Because they are still the big streamer, aren't they? They are the one. Why am I massive? There we go. Before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. Explore the description for links for various stuff, such as merchandise, t-shirts, hats, blah blah blah, all that stuff. My books, Amazon Kindle and paperback, what else? My websites, mercuryrapids.co.uk, etc. And other stuff. Become a member. Like these fine people that you're seeing on screen now. Then you get early access to videos, exclusive videos, access to chats when I do live streams, and exclusive emojis, etc. I really enjoyed it. So let's have a little chat about Electric State, shall we? It stars Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, so Star-Lord himself, Ke Huy Quan, Jason Alexander. It's got various voices of the robots. So got like Jason Alexander, Woody Harrelson, Anthony Mackie, Brian Cox, Jenny Slate, whoever she is, and also a couple of performances of live action people. Giancarlo Esposito playing himself again. There's going to be slight spoilers, by the way, or maybe big spoilers. Who knows? In this review, Stanley Tucci as the baddie, as kind of a. Did they try and portray him as like an Elon Musk character? I suppose so. And anyway, and a great musical score from Alan Silvestri. Yay! Always like to see here. And I knew it was him. As soon as I heard the music, I thought, this is an Alan Silvestri score. When the credits came up at the end, I was looking for his name. Yes! There, Alan Silvestri. Anyway. So it's based on it's not a graphic novel. I've heard it described as a graphic novel, but it's more of an illustrated novel from Simon Stollenhag's book, The Electric State. Also, Andy Muschietti of It fame is also a producer on this film. Written by Christopher Marks and Stephen McFeely. Those names ring a bell, but I don't know where from. Maybe they did Captain America, I don't know, but those names ring a bell. I think they did. And all that. So anyway, it's a really enjoyable film. I really liked it. It's set in an alternate world where in the 1990s, robots that were designed by Disney for their theme parks started being used, essentially slave labour, and they revolted. There were a big war, and then I think the humans were losing because the robots obviously never got tired. But then Stanley Tucci's character, who is called Ethan Skate, either Elon Musk, whatever, take your pick. His company's called Center, spelled S-E-N-T-R-E. And he develops the Neurocaster, which is a bit like Avatar. It means it puts your consciousness into a robot body. It splits your brain in half, essentially. Puts half your brain in a robot body, so like an avatar, and the other half goes off and does something nice in like a Ready Player One sort of fantasy world. So people are basically sitting at home and their robots are going out to work, and the other half of the brain is just, having dinner with supermodels and stuff like that. It's called dystopian, but I'm not. Is it dystopian? Maybe a bit, maybe. Anyway, so what happens there is the Neurocaster army, I suppose you'd say, wins the war, or causes the robots to come to the negotiation table, and a treaty is hammered out, and then robots are sent into like a reservation in the middle of the desert, where people aren't allowed, and robots aren't allowed to come out of it. Woody Harrelson's voices Mr. Peanut, who's basically the leader of the robots. Kind of reminded me of Call Me Kenneth, the robot revolution or robot revolt that were in 2000 AD, the early years of 2000 AD, Judge Dredd. But different. Anyway, right, so that happens, and then it skips 4 years later to 1994. Millie Bobby Brown is living with a foster carer. Her entire family were killed in a car crash that hit a deer. Or she thought they were all killed. The parents were killed. She thought her brother were also killed, whom she loved dearly, and he's a prodigy, super brainy. He was. She thought he were killed. Turns out he wasn't. Ki Hui Kwan was the doctor who lied to her and said he died, but they'd taken him away to centre, and they were essentially using his brain to power the Neurocaster machine that helped him win the war and all that stuff, and basically took over the world in a way. It kind of reminded me of the Jake Gyllenhaal film Source Code, where, spoilers if you haven't seen that, he's running about doing all this stuff, but it turns out he's just a part of a body, essentially, with a brain in a machine that is being used to basically do the film. But kind of reminds me of that. That's what her brother is. He's like sort of in a coma and being, strapped to a machine. They can keep him there for 100 years if they want to basically keep the money coming in for Stanley Tucci's character, because he's a baddie. Anyway, what happens in 1994, this alternate 1994, is a robot finds Millie Bobby Brown's character, it's called Michelle. A robot finds Michelle that she concludes that it has the consciousness of her brother inside it. And it tells her to go to this place to find the doctor, Ki Hui Kwan, Dr. Amherst. He knows where the real Chris, that's his name, Chris, is being kept. So off she goes. She ends up, she runs away from her foster parent, who's a bit of a knobhead. She runs away with the robot, who can only speak in quotes from a cartoon. She runs off with him to try and get into the robot zone. She finds Chris Pratt, who plays John Keats, who was a former soldier in the war, who he was saved by a robot. So he forms a friendship with this robot, who is voiced by Anthony Mackie. I didn't know. So some of the voices, you think, who is that? I've no idea who that is. Some of them are recognisable, like Woody Harrelson and all that. But like I said, some of the voices, you've no idea who they are. And I was like that with Anthony Mackie. I was surprised when I saw it in the credits. But anyway, whatever. So she goes off with him and goes on an adventure to find her brother. And she does. Big battles ensue. Fun is had. That's as far as I'll go. I won't spoil it any more than that. But it looks great, and the characters are endearing. I didn't hate them. They're all right. It is a bit lightweight for $320 million and a bit predictable. You know what's going to happen. But it does the job. As they say in the commercial, it does what it says on the tin. And I don't know why people are kicking off about it. I don't know why. Saying it's terrible, and it isn't. It's okay. It's fine. I'd give it, 7.5 out of 10, which is a reasonable score. It's worth watching. People have said it's bloated and dull, and But they're watching a different film to me. I have no idea. It's not short. It's 2 hours and 8 minutes. But that's not long these days, is it? To be completely honest. And it goes by pretty quickly because it keeps you occupied, is the film. And that's all I can say. I enjoyed it. The effects are great. The music's great. The acting's pretty good. The story, derivative, cliche, predictable, fair enough. But it's it's a story. It keeps you watching. Get me watching. I was expecting actually to be getting bored of it because I'd read the reviews and they were saying it was dull, and I thought I'm going to be going to my phone, but I wasn't. It kept me watching from beginning to end. I thought I might even have to do it in a couple of sessions with it being, there was it's dull and bloated. I thought I'm going to have like 2 or 3 sessions to get through this. I didn't. I watched it straight through all the way, and I really enjoyed it. So there we go. So give it a whirl if you got a Netflix account. It's worth a watch. I wouldn't sign up to Netflix for it. It's not that good. But if you haven't got a Netflix account, but it is worth giving a go. As I said, if you've got a Netflix account, it's a free film to watch, a free blockbuster film. It is well worth it. So there we go. Right, so we'll leave it there. The Electric State, as I said, 7.5 out of 10. I will put the score up there, big letters, like that. 7.5 out of 10. Well worth a watch. I really enjoyed it. Don't listen to the naysayers. Give it a whirl. And if you hate it, call me an idiot in the comments. Or if you liked it, call me an idiot in the comments. People call me all sorts of things. Anyway, right, we'll leave it there. So, thanks for watching, wherever you are. Look after each other, and until next time, I'll say the...
Yorkshire geek with stories to